those year in the hospital, like right from when she was born until she passed. So we spent almost all the entire life in the hospital, from appointment to appointment. Yeah, life was not like as easy, but as I said, I'm always somebody who is positive, so I remained positive regardless that you don't have maybe your family like your mom or your siblings here, but I had like friends, so friends were there for me, and I was able to get through those hard times. Yes, but then fast forward, after my baby burst, that was 2014 January. So I went back home because my mom could not be able to come, or any of my family members. So I said, let me just go home. Like that, those few months of grieving with my family, people who love you. I mean, friends love you, but family is family. Yeah, so I went back home, and after I came back like 2 months, so I'm like, it's just me. The person who was closest to me, who was my baby, is no more. I'm just me.
Hello, how are you doing, my people? Welcome back to the show. I'm so happy to be back with another video. This is Inspired Generation Show, a place where we seek to educate, encourage, inspire, and motivate. And of course, we want to become a family where we can encourage each other, inspire each other to become people in the societies and in the communities where we come from. And so if you haven't subscribed, this is the time to do so. Please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and of course don't forget to hit the notification bell so that every time we post a video, you will be the first one to know. I know, of course, you don't want to miss the amazing and inspiring stories that we will be sharing on this particular show. So please make sure that you hit that subscribe button, and of course don't forget to share with your friends. Sharing is caring, so don't forget to share with them. And of course, as you watch the video, make sure you like that video so that we can get more people to benefit with the information that we share in this particular show. So today I'm so excited because we have an amazing guest, somebody that I respect so much, and I'm so happy when I made a call and she accepted to come to the show. So I'm so excited to have her. So thank you so much for accepting to come to our show. Thank you so much for inviting us to your place. And I want to say one thing: you have a very amazing house, and it is my dream one day I should have a home like this. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much for inviting us. I don't want to talk so much, so I'm going to give her a chance so that she can introduce herself. She will tell her name, and then we can continue with the conversation.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to your show and giving me the opportunity to share my story. If you change one person's life, at least you have changed the community, you have changed because that person will carry it on and maybe pay it forward.
Sure.
So my names are Fanis Obaga, that's official names. But I have so many other names. My favorite one is Madam CEO, because I believe I'm the CEO of my life. Never know many things I'll be able to accomplish, and that name will be a reality.
Sure.
I'm a mom of 3. I'm a wife to my amazing husband, and I'm a boss. So I'm my own boss. By profession, I'm a nurse, but I chose a different path, which is entrepreneurship, and also encouraging people, because I know you can be an employee who's employed, but then don't have room to grow as much as when you are your own boss. You know that you are responsible for your life, and whoever is looking up to you.
Sure.
So that's a little bit about myself. I love cooking. I believe food is the heart of every home and other people. I also love, I'm a naturalist. I love natural hair. I used to do videos on Facebook to encourage people to love their roots and leave out this other stuff that we can add on to ourselves. I also love fashion. I'm a person who loves everything, I would say, except negative energy. I don't want
Yeah.
negative energy. Yeah.
Yeah, so that is the person that we're having today. So by the virtual, just by introduction part, you can tell for sure that you're going to have an amazing show today, and I'm so excited. I don't know whether you guys are ready for this. I know for sure that our story is going to inspire so many people who want to impact life, and there are so many ways that we can get to do that. I have a saying that it is a blessing to be a blessing to other people, and there are so many ways we can get to be a blessing to other people, by sharing the knowledge and the wisdom that we have. It is also a way of being a blessing to other people. So thank you so much, Fanice. And so for now, I just want you to let us through your life. Where were you born? Where you went to school? I want you to tell us, about that journey. How was life growing up? Going to primary school, high school. You share with us, because I'm also so ready to listen, and I know they are so ready to listen.
Well, my life is, if I start saying it now, it will take us hours and hours.
We are here for
I was born in Kisii, Kenya. That's what I believe I was born. My mom did tell me maybe I was born in Nairobi, Kisumu, or whatever. But I grew up in Kisii pretty much my whole of my childhood. I went to a primary school called Bobaracho Primary School. It's close to Kisii town, so I'm a town girl.
Oh, okay.
I would say I was almost an adult while I'm a child, because of so much responsibilities. I'm born to a family of 6. I have 5 siblings, so I'm the firstborn. And when you are the firstborn, you are like the deputy parent.
Yeah.
Growing up, life was not easy, I would say, because my parents were not well off. So life was tough. We grew up not knowing if we're gonna be able to eat the next day. I mean, we just lived by God's grace, I would say. But that did not stop us or stop me from spreading my wings. I was somebody who was always positive, even if in the midst of all the maybe things we were going through. I was somebody who was always positive. I tried to find solutions to every problem. So I remember my mom. My mom is like raised us single-handedly, I would say. Many people ask me, you always talk about your mom. Is your dad alive? I say yeah, but as kids, you remember somebody who leaves a mark in your life. So my mom was there for us. She used to do all the jobs and even take us with her. We used to fetch water for like hotels in our nearby village, so that we can get like 5 shillings for when you take like this jerrycan of like 20 liters. You get 5 shillings. So we used to wake up like 3 in the morning, and especially during the times when there is drought and there is no water, it would take us a long time. So we could wake up like 2 a.m. so we can catch up in the line before people come. So we used to fetch the water, and around maybe we take like 2 or 3 trips. We know that will be able to give us maybe a can of maize, so we can have like ugali at night when we come from school. Yeah, so that's what we used to do. We used to dig at people's farms, wash people's clothes. I remember my mom used to do like washing of clothes at Kisii town. She would wake up in the morning after we are finished fetching the water. We go to school, and for her, she had to Kisii town to go do the other work of like washing, cleaning people's houses, so at least we can get something to eat at night. It was hard to even get like clothes to wear. So life was not easy, I would say, but by God's grace we made it. My dad was a kind of drunkard, I would say. So I don't know if he used to do that to run away from responsibilities, because in the evenings he could just come, and maybe he didn't even bring food or money for food. So what he would do, he would just disrupt everything, just disrupt us and chaos, and we could run and maybe go to our grandma and sleep there, and the cycle continued. So fast forward, I finished my class 8, and I passed not so well, but I did what I could. Yeah, so but my mom was not able to take me to high school, so I decided to go back to primary school and repeat class 8 while maybe she prepares for me to go to high school. But when I went back to school, my head teacher, Miss Mary, told me that I know you are a smart kid and I won't let you to get back, like repeating class 8 again. So I'm going to talk to my friend who is a principal, like a nearby high school, Bubaraj High School. So I'm going to talk to her and see if she can be able to give you a chance so you can go to high school instead of repeating class 8. So we walked across, the high school was across from the primary school. So we got there, we went to Madam Joyce's office. That's her name, the principal's name was Madam Joyce. God bless her. So when we sat down, we talked. So she asked me if I'm ready to join high school, and I was like, yeah. And so she asked me what the obstacle was, but Madam Mary told her that my mom was not able to raise the money to take me to the school that I was called to. She said it's okay, I can give her a chance. When she saw my result slip, she was impressed with it. So she was like, it's okay, we can give her a chance. So I was so excited, I went and told my mom. But my mom, instead of being excited, she cried. In the back of her mind, she was like, yeah, you have gotten maybe the chance to go to school, but how are we going to raise the school fees? But as I said earlier, I'm somebody who is always positive. So I went and did those odd jobs that we were doing, and I was able to raise 250 shillings. So that one helped me get school socks, a pair of socks, and a shirt. I got a mutumba blouse. It was not actually even a shirt. It was a blouse. So I got those two things. So I came back in the evening, and there was a neighbor where we used to go maybe clean her house, and she could give us maybe some dizzy or viazi to go cook. So I was passing by, and she was in her compound, and then I waved to her, and then she told me, nowadays you haven't come to see me. So I went to her house, and we were just chatting, and she asked me if I'm ready to go to school. So I told her I got the admission, but then I'm not able to raise the school fees, and I haven't gotten a uniform yet. So she offered me 2 skirts her daughter was using. So she gave me those 2, and I went and I fixed them to fit me. So I was excited equally. So yeah, so she helped me, and then I went and I told the principal that I've gotten this, and now I'm ready for school. So anyway, I started school the first term. It went well. I did well actually, and I was like the top 3. I was amazed. So I thought, wow, so I think I can do it. So anyway, I went the first term. The second term, the school fees was a problem now. So I could go to school on Monday. We are sent home school fees. We go home. I come back the next Monday. The same thing. So when it got to third term, there were some missionaries that came to our school from Canada. So they gave us, they paid for lunch for I think all of us at school. So that was able to carry me through that third term. And then almost to the end of third term, there was like bursaries we could apply to get like some funds. So I applied and I was lucky. That paid me now for my third term and some balances and into form 2, like the first term of term 2. So in term 2, the first term, now it was over. The second term, now again the same trend started, like you are being sent home for school fees, but then there is nothing. So I went and told my mom, now I think I'm gonna quit because I can't continue like this. I miss out a lot and it's hard for me to catch up with other kids, and I just don't like I go to school, I come back. So I told my mom, maybe I can just maybe decide like do business, because even so I started my entrepreneurship when I was really young. So I was in high school, but I could buy these sweets or jugu, peanuts, and then the evening after I come from school, I go sell, so I can get maybe even a pen. So anyway, so I told my mom, I think business it will be well if I put more time into it, because I don't think this school thing is working. So anyway, so my mom came to school and she was crying to my teacher, and she was telling her that I feel bad that my daughter is going to drop out of school and I don't know where she's going. She's really young. I think I was about 14. So anyway, so the teacher came, the head teacher told me, if the deputy comes to send you home for school fees, tell them that you have already talked to me. So that worked out a little bit, and then one of the teachers asked me if I can go stay at her house, so at least I can get, because she had electricity in her house, so I can be able to study. So that was the beginning of another terrifying life, because I went to her house, but then I became the maid to her kids, like taking care of the cows and everything. I was doing everything, but for free, because I could not even get time to sleep. I could sleep like 1 a.m. and the following day I have to wake up like 4 a.m. because I had to trek to school. It was like from her house to school is like 1.5 hour walk. So you sleep late, you are really tired, no time to study. You have to wake up very early to walk to school, and the same thing in the evening you come. It was a lot. So I stayed at a house about 4 or 5 months, but it was now overwhelming for me. It got to a point where I don't even have clothes to wear, because whatever little I went with to her house has worn out, and now I don't even have clothes. So I came back home, and my mom was sad, because now life was hard at home too. And then my dad, we could not get along. I'm not sure why, but we never used to get along, because I was somebody who always questioned him. So he didn't like that. Yeah, so again, the lady who had given me 2 skirts to go to school, again we met. So she asked me, how is school, how is everything going? So I told her I moved back home now, I'm home. So she told me, actually, my niece who was living here with me left, and I don't have anybody living with me. Do you mind coming and stay with me? So because I was always looking out for a better life, so I was like, if I can stay and help her, at least I have a chance to study. Because at home was totally unfunctional for me. So anyway, I stayed with her, and she was God sent. I would say she was God sent, because every time I could be sent home for school fees, her or her husband could at least search their pockets and give me a little they had. Yeah, so they helped me through Form 3 and Form 4. So when I was in Form 3, these people who apply for green cards came to our school, and they handed us like small pieces of paper. You just write your details, and they take your pictures, and they go apply for the green cards. So anyway, I applied. Now when I'm in Form 4, one of my classmates said, remember those people who came and took us pictures? They said that you won the green card and you you need to contact them. So I didn't believe it, because in the first place I don't know what the green card is. Second, that was like a year ago. I had already forgotten about it. Third, I don't know these people, and yet I'm the only one. So I asked this girl, how come it's only me when we were like 150 students who applied for? So they're like, I don't know, but you need to contact them. It was like 2 months. They kept sending her. But I was like, because I remember when they had come, they said you would go and live in America permanently. So I thought, I don't think I want to go and far away from my family and I'll never see them again.
Yeah.
So that was like, But then when I sat down now, later on, I was just sitting, I was like, what if even if I will not be able to see my family, I'll be able to work and maybe give them a better life. So that struck my mind. I was like, okay, I'll give it a chance. So anyway, they came to our school and I was called to the office and they showed me the letter that I'd won the green card. So they told me, go get your mom and maybe somebody who is learned. Because me, the way I was questioning them, I did not understand anything. So my mom got my uncle. They came, and now they came to where the lady I was living with. Her name is Teresa, and Teresa also, God bless her for me. So when I came from church now in the evening, Auntie was at home, and then she asked me, how come you've been quiet all this long, and this is something really good. So I told her, I had no idea what it was, so I didn't really pay attention to it. So she told me, let's pray. So we prayed about it for them. Now they understood, because they had a daughter here. They were excited. They told their daughter, and then now they started the process. But I had not even turned 18. So there's nothing I could do, because I could not even have a government ID. So like close to right after high school, now after the exam I turned 18. So you have those 2 months until the exam comes out. So those 2 months, everything just went like fast. So I got the ID, I started the process, and in 2 months I was done. As soon as the exam came out, I was scheduled for embassy interview. So I went for interview and I was given a visa, and now I'm here.
Now, which year was that?
That was in 2011, because I finished high school in 2010, and then I came here 2011 March. They helped me through everything, and I just say that this lady was a blessing to my life, because how everything went until I got here, it's because of her. My mom didn't know anything, and even so, she could not even raise the money for even a passport. So I owe them everything.
That is 2011. You are in United States now. So I mean, it's a different country, way different from the way we do things in Kenya and everything. So how did you start your life in this place, and how was the experience after the point that you...
As anybody who has migrated here or to any other country, life is very different. First of all, there's culture shock. And where you are starting from, it's hard. So I came, life was not easy, I would say. The lady I was living with, her daughter helped me, like she's like a cousin to me. So I stayed with them, but there were no jobs at that time, I guess, because it took me a few months before I got the job. I got a job. My first job was at the airport. That's where I started. So I started there. There is a language barrier, Even if you know English, the accent, you talk to these Americans and they're like, I don't know
I
what
don't know
you're
what you're
saying.
saying.
And yourself here, they are telling you things and you also like, I don't know what you are saying, because I mean the accent, until you get used to it, it takes a little bit. Yeah, but then I stayed with them for like a year or two, and then now I got a roommate, and then I moved out. So I changed the job. I moved to a different city. So you know, when you're doing life on your own, especially like at a young age, I think when I moved, I was like 19. So, and I had a baby. So life was not really easy. Juggling like work and baby, and I did my CNA school at that time. So it was not easy, because the reason why all that happened, my baby was sick. She had like a heart condition that we didn't come to know until later, when she was like one and a half. So I spent most of those year in the hospital, like right from when she was born until she passed. So we spent almost all the entire life in the hospital, from appointment to appointment. Yeah, life was not like as easy, but as I said, I'm always somebody who is positive, so I remained positive regardless that you don't have maybe your family like your mom or your siblings here. But I had like friends, so friends were there for me, and I was able to get through those hard times. Yes, but then fast forward, after my baby burst, that was 2014 January. So I went back home, because my mom could not be able to come, or any of my family members. So I said, let me just go home. Like that, those few months of grieving with my family, you know, people who love you. I mean, friends love you, but you know, family is family. Yeah, so I went back home, and after I came back like 2 months, so I'm like, it's just me. The person who was closest to me, who was my baby, is no more. I'm just me. So what do I like? How would life now transition? You know, transitioning to like start over again. So I had met my husband sometime in 2013, maybe, because before the baby passed, and he was so supportive to me during that time. So when I came back, he was in school. When I came back, we sat down and we were talking, and I was like, I don't think I want to go back to work. I'm thinking of going to school. So I had maybe little money I'd saved from my taxes. So I said, this will help me like carry on paying my small bills here and there, and then go back to school now. So I went to school. He was supporting me through school. When I went to school, he was also in school.
Yeah.
So he graduated before me, and then he got a job, and now he was supporting me at least. So I finished school, and we got married in 2016, and and we started life. Yeah.
So you went to nursing school?
Yes, I went to nursing school. Then after that, I worked for like 1 year. And then now we went to Kenya for our wedding. And then when I came back, I didn't go back to work full time, because now I was pregnant for my baby now, Hope. So I didn't go back to work like full time. We stayed in Arlington for like a year or two after the wedding. And then we moved to Oklahoma. So the reason of me moving, I wanted to go back to school to get my degree, my bachelor's degree. So when I was looking around. I came to visit friends here, and then I thought schools here were great because I'd tried to apply for schools in in Texas, but there's, you know, the population is high. Yeah, and yeah, it's hard to get an admission. So I tried for like a year, and I was kind of like giving up. So I was pressuring my husband. I'm like, I really want to go back to school and get my degree. Yeah, so, you know, like, and get maybe a better pay at a job. So, but in between, I was doing like event planning, decoration for parties. I love to do. I was doing it as a hobby, but then I turned into a business. Yeah. Over there in Texas, there's plenty of people where you can get gigs, you can do. So when we moved here, there's not many people, and I don't know much people here. Yeah, so I went back to school, and I did my classes, and then the pandemic happened. So when the pandemic happened, everything went virtual. So I had now my third born. So 3 of them with school was not easy, but I was doing online. And then I started doing like small gigs here and there, business. But I would say the pandemic opened my eyes wide, because now I started looking into like things I can do from home to make money. I tried out a few things, a few companies, but then now I found another company that sells health supplements, and that was like a game changer for me. And as I said, I don't like to be employed. I like to be my own boss. So what I did was like I'm always open-minded. Any opportunity that comes my way, I always take it. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but you know, I learn along the way. And I started it like a joke, and then I started seeing that I'm making more money than I could make when I'm doing like the nursing job. So I was like, you know what? I think I'll just continue with this while the kids are growing.
So it's a transition from nursing school. You've graduated from nursing school, you worked for maybe like 2 years, and then you decided, no, I'm not going back to nursing school. Like people know, nursing is probably amongst the people that get, a lot of money in this place. And actually, even when people come to this place, everybody is running to nursing school. Somebody might be wondering, how did you go to nursing school and then you quit? So what is this you're doing that is making more money than being a nurse? So maybe you can tell us more about it, and maybe you can have an information that is going to benefit these people.
Like I said, being employed is like you are limited to what you can do. I love nursing. I love taking care of patients. I love taking care of people. Especially babies. I used to love it, and I love doing home health, especially because I've had experience with my own baby, whereby you are not able to, let's say, like even go out to like have your own time, because maybe you have a sick child and you don't even have family to help you or friends. So I used to love doing it because it was kind of soothing to me, and I love kids, so I love to like take care of somebody's child while the mom at least can be able to go to work, or even go get their hair done, or even just have that time. But the thing is, like now the home health I was doing, I mean, you are limited. I would say you are exchanging your time for money. You can make all the money, but you will not have time with your family, with yourself, or even explore. So like I used to work for that lady. You see, you go to somebody's house from, let's say, 6 in the morning to like 6 in the evening, and if maybe somebody who is coming to relieve you is late, you are there maybe until 7 or even 9, or sometimes you have to pull another shift. And the thought of me like somebody has to give me instructions on everything I'm doing, I normally don't like that. I'm a creative person. I like to challenge myself. But when you are in that, wherever you are working, even if it's in the hospital, there is that limitation unless you are somebody who is like maybe growing into maybe management. But even in management, yeah. So that's why I was like, you know what? Especially when I became now a mom of 3, I was like, like kids at their tender age, they need a parent or parents there present for them through their development. Like statistic shows like those kids who have like been with their parents most of their childhood, their developmental stages and growth is different from those maybe who were with babysitters or daycare or something like that. So I chose to be there for my kids, and looking back that I like the baby who passed, most of the life she spent with a babysitter because I had to work. I was a single mom then, so I had to go to work. So my baby has to go to the babysitter even when she was sick. So I said now that God has given me the opportunity to be there for my kids, I would spend that time with them. So that's another reason why I had gone back to school, because now I can go to school and take care of the kids. But then I was like, now what else? What do I need to do? Because as I said, I love to be creative. So I want to be like have a little income here and there, because I'm the breadwinner in my family. I have 5 siblings and they are young. The youngest right now is like 10. So they all look up to me. Yeah, so my husband is very supportive, but at the same time I didn't want it to be like so overwhelming, because you can only do it for like so long. So anyway, I started like looking online what people can do online to make money from home. So yeah, so when I did fitness, but then that was not like paying well. So I could do cooking and can cook and maybe sell food, anything that just give you little coins here and there. So anyway, in 2020 is when I met another lady that told me about this product. So I decided to buy it for my mom. It's called STC 30. So I said, well, because she gave me like a testimony of what it has done for her and maybe another guy that she knows. So I was like, my mom has had health issues for a long time. Let me get it for her. So I got it for her, and then that whatever you get comes with free membership. So the lady told me that if you refer people, you can get compensated for that. I was like, how many people do I know that are sick? Everybody is sick. So anyway, I decided to start telling friends. Friends here and there, they were receptive of it. So at that time I was actually still doing my classes. I did it for 2 months, and I was like, wow, just doing it for part-time. I found out that so many people are sending referrals because people are seeing results, like their health is changing. So I got so many people interested in it, and I was like, instead of me referring people, why not do it and get money? So that's how I started. The first month I was able to make $5,000 in 1 month. And then I was like, wow. So I did it the second month. It was a little bit busy. Now I was getting a lot of clients. So I said I'll just, because of the pandemic anyway, and doing school virtually was not easy with the kids. So I was like, let me just dedicate this time and maybe do the business until we see how everything goes, that I can go back to class. So what I realized, like when you are like on your own, not employee, you are on your own, you open your minds, you have like that personal growth, read books because you want to be innovative and grow your business and all that. So I would say I've grown I've had like good personal growth mentally, and I've had to make like great friendship and connections of people. So yeah, so I've done that for going to this year, June is gonna be 2 years. But I would say that business has accomplished me great things. My husband was was not into it at the beginning, but then the first few months, when he started seeing that now we are able maybe to have like good savings, he started seeing like, wow, oh, okay.
He's working.
Yeah, and he knows I have a potential of doing great things. He got on the train and became supportive. So since then, that's actually like mostly what I do full time. I'm as in the business because I do it as like generally part time because I have my kids. I have to really pay attention to them too. Yeah, so I've had quite a number of people. So far I've had like over 1,000 clients. Yes.
That is amazing. So is it limited? Is it something that is limited in the United States, or somebody can buy it from any place? Or maybe you can give us maybe as like an example of the product, which type of diseases does it take care of, and maybe we can see it.
These are the products. I don't have the main one. It's called STC30. But these are the products.
Yeah.
And they are natural, organic. I would say organic. They are made of plants and fruits, as you can see even from the packets. So they take care of different things, but majorly they help like the entire body, everything from head to toe. So they are able to treat over 200 known diseases. And even the ones that doctors don't even know, they are able to help because they helped my mom. My mom was like completely paralyzed. Like she was being lifted from the bed to the couch to everywhere. But within a week, she was able to stand up and walk. So far I've had so many clients of different health issues, cancer. I've had cancer of brain tumors, cervical cancers, prostate, breast cancers, pancreatic cancers, colon cancer, and other diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, ulcers, arthritis. Even kids like kids with special kids like ADHD, autism and all that, they have seen like great improvement. Yeah, so that has helped me propel my business because the products themselves work, and the company pays well. So yeah, so the question you asked, if people can do it or get it, I do it globally. I have clients in many African countries. I have Kenya is my biggest ground where I have a lot of patients, because here the community here and the friends I've made here buy for their families in Kenya, and even those now they spread the word. So I have an assistant in Nairobi. If anybody wants to get it, I have an assistant there.
Maybe you can tell us the place.
Yeah, she's in Nairobi mostly, so she's kind of mobile, so anybody can meet her wherever, and then she can give them the products. I have clients in Uganda, Burundi, Malawi, Zambia, Cameroon, Ghana, so many other, Canada, UK. I have clients all over. So the business itself, anybody can do it here in US, and even in those countries I've said, and even Dubai, I have some clients in Dubai too. So anybody can do it from anywhere, and they pay in dollars anywhere. So it's the same paid. It doesn't matter where somebody is. So normally I do, like, this is my small office. This is my office now. So this is where I work from. I do mostly like Zoom meetings, because like those people I get referral, people who are interested in business. So I do Zoom meetings here.
So if what if somebody want to reach you? Do you have like a phone number or an email you can share with them?
Yes, normally I use mostly my phone number, which is 214-459-7843. 214-459-7843. So those who are outside, they will start with +1. Those who are outside USA. And then they can search me on Facebook as Mom Hope. That's where they can find me on social media as Mom Hope, and Instagram is Fanis Sam.
Okay.
Yes.
So that is quite an inspiring story, and you want to make your life better, because that is what brought us to this country.
Yeah.
So what kind of an advice, based, with what you've experienced in this country, what can you tell to somebody want to, probably you're working, maybe you're making some few dollars, but you feel like, this is not enough, I need to make my life better. What kind of advice you can give to such kind of a person?
So I would say when somebody you come here, have an open mind, and mindset is key in everything. What you tell yourself is what manifests. So if you tell yourself you can do it, you can do it. And if you tell yourself you can't do it. And the other thing is, don't listen to people. Be open to hearing. Hearing is different from listening. Be open to hearing what people have to say, but then filter. Have something that will filter what is good for you and what's not good for you. The other thing is why I say mindset. People come here and we are introduced to warehouse. Those jobs we begin with, like me when I started with the airport. Some people get stuck there the rest of their life in America. Go to school and seek advice. There are people who have maybe made it. So talk to them, because like me, I have many of my friends are older friends. Even since I was growing up, I've always had like friends who are way older than me, because these people have wisdom. The other thing, they have done life, so they would be able to share experiences with you and tell you what to do and what not to do. Somebody maybe came here, they would share their mistakes, and you can learn from their mistakes. We say that we learn from our mistakes, but then the thing is, you can learn from other people's mistakes. Because now somebody will tell you, when I came here, this is what I did, I wish I did this and that. So if you were about to do something like that, you're gonna say, oh, if she did this or he did this and it didn't work out, or it had some consequences, then I should not do that. So grow your mindset, be open. And the other thing is, I see many people when they come here, they choose some funny lifestyles, and then this kind of lifestyle sometimes leads them to like consequences as well. So I wouldn't say that myself I've not done mistakes. I've done mistakes, but I've also learned from my mistakes. So I say when you first come here, be open and talk to people. That's how you get to even have great connections. That's
Actually, you said there's something you forgot to say, probably about the homelessness. Yeah.
yes, it's so easy to be homeless because I remember back in 2013 there when now I was like with my baby, we were in the hospital. You know, you are not able to work because you have to stay in the hospital. The baby is in baby ICU and you have to be there. You have no family members. Like you can say, I'll just go and stay in their house. Even those family members, I mean, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So I would say I was almost homeless if it's not like the well wishers. I mean, I don't know, miraculously somebody can come and like visit and they give me a $500 check. That's what I could use to sustain myself, pay my bills. Yeah, so like from that I learned to be like financially prepared, save even if it's $20. So one thing I tell people is about IUL, that's called Indexed Universal Life. So it's like life insurance, but then something you don't have to die to use, because the traditional mindset people have about life insurance is that something you will have when you die, your family will benefit. But life has changed. Things have evolved and like technology has made things evolve. So as the same as insurance. So you can have that IUL. The earlier you get it at your early years, the better and the cheaper, because now you will have a longer time to contribute to it, because at the same time it grows on compound interest. Yeah, so that's another thing I would advise young people especially. If you can insure your phone, if you can insure your car, your house, your electronics, you can as well insure your life. You can insure yourself, because this is what is the body you have is what you have. You will not have another one. So it's good to have that, and as I said, it's a universal life, so you can use it anytime while you are living. You don't have to die when you are alive. Let's say you get sick, or you know, life happens. If life happens, you have somewhere to tap in, and it will help you.
Sure. So what to somebody, you know, this mentality, you know, while you're back in Africa, or let's say for example you come from Kenya, you know, people have this mentality, you know, when you come to America, it's money. It's like you're getting money, you know, like the way, I mean, like we are collecting money from some place, and because of that, there's a lot of pressure, you know, because from families, people from home, and when you tell them, you know, I don't have anything, some of them they don't talk to you again. So there's a lot of pressure, you know, they think that there's a lot of money. So maybe you can share with us your experience and probably even advice to, you know, to the families who have relatives in this place, you know, probably to stop giving people pressure and all that. Maybe you can share something, you know, out of your experience in this place.
Yeah, that pressure is there, and I don't know who has not experienced it. If you have not experienced it, you are lucky, because even those people who come from well-off families, when you come here, everything changes. Now it's like it's all you. You have the final word financially. You can't say it. There's nothing that it can be done. So I would say think of your future. We can't leave our families, especially if you have come from a background like mine. You will help them, but don't really like feed them. But you can also help them. Independent family is family, of course, but then you can set boundaries. If it's not within your reach, don't kill yourself. But if it's within your reach, do what you are able to do, but not like you know, there is that, I could say, like exploitation. They can exploit you.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can set a boundary, help them where you are able to. If it's a nice place, give them a nice place. but also don't forget to invest on yourself, because what we do sometimes is we invest so much in family and friends, and we forget about ourselves. And then when some like unfortunate times get us, and then now we are left stranded. So it's good to help families. You can do charity work. I love to do charity work, like help organizations. We have an organization called Empower the Poor Orphan. There's another one called Sustain Hope, and other different things. I mean, giving, you receive. So you can do that, but also don't forget to invest in yourself. And also another thing is, I mean, if you are not able to help a friend when you are also down and they stop talking to you, then those who are not genuine friends. Yeah, so don't keep that in, or like feel guilty, because sometimes people can guilt trip you. So don't feel guilt about it. If you are not able to do it, yeah, you wouldn't kill yourself for it. So yeah, that also helps you to know who is genuinely your friend, or who will be there for you when you also don't have it.
That is an amazing story, and those people are going to listen. And it speaks, to young people that there is hope. As long as you put on work in whichever thing that you want to achieve in life, then there's always possibilities. As long as you're alive, is that you can make it in life. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter the things that you've experienced in life. She has given us a story, and it's such an amazing story. And I think it speaks to a lot of us. To a lot of us. I'm a firstborn too, and I can testify that it speaks to so many people, even those people in this place. So maybe, Fanis, even as we conclude, you can talk to these people and give them a parting shot. Yeah, I think so. I think that is the right one. Maybe we can talk to them even as we conclude.
Yeah, one thing I would say is in everything you do, don't forget God. Sometimes we might praise ourselves or our hard work and everything, and forget that it's God's hand in everything. So don't forget God, to put God first. When you are going through challenges, have faith. Don't lose hope. Faith is, we say, like a mustard seed, but it can move mountains. So have faith in God, and the thing I always say, giving up is the last option. It should not even cross your mind. So don't ever give up, or even if life becomes difficult, as it can be, don't give up. Because sometimes where I am, I ask myself, I've not made it there yet, but I'm at a place where I can say that God has brought me from far, from like sleeping in a house in Nyasi. It's raining inside, where you have to put the small cans to collect the water that is, raining, and not having a bed. I always joke to my husband because now God has blessed us with a big house. We have 5 bedrooms. We can sleep anywhere. I can sleep over there, I can sleep here, I can sleep downstairs or whatever. So I always joke about it, and I'm like, here I am now. I can choose where to sleep. When I was growing up, we were sleeping on a cow skin. We did not have even a blanket. We used to cover ourselves with the baby's blanket. They used to call it baby shawl or something. That's leso, I'm told. That's what we used to cover ourselves. But that's why I'm saying I'm not there yet, but God has taken me out of that situation where we did not have a bed. We could sleep on the cow skin on the floor. So if we had given up then, maybe I could not be where I am today. When you are in difficult moments, going through rough times, it will always cross your mind like giving up. But just do that thought like this and just look up and just say, God, you brought me to it, you will get me through it. Yeah, so just remember God and don't give up, and in anything, keep going, because I remember there is one example I like to use. This guy back home, he went to university and passed, and there is no job. Back home jobs are hard to find, but there are so many things you can do. As I say, I used to sell jugu and sweets and like sugarcane and make a small coin. So this guy was asking for money and was telling him there is a company that is hiring. It's a security company. And you know what he said? No, that's for people who have not gone to school. I went to university, I'm learning, so I can do that kind of job. So that's a bad mentality people usually have. So you want this, maybe you want to work in a big office. That's when you will feel like you have accomplished it. But then you can do anything to sustain yourself while you're waiting for God to open the way for you. Like I remember this lady, she was working in another company. She was cleaning. She was cleaning the offices. But then when she was just chatting with another lady there who was, I think, the assistant manager, and she told them about her credentials, they could not believe it. So she had accepted to do that odd job of cleaning, but then now when she was talking, because she was faithful in her work, she was offered a job in that company. From cleaning to I don't know, a clerk or something, but she got a job in that company. So that's why I tell people, don't wait for the right opportunity. Any opportunity comes your way, just take it. Be open to do anything as you wait on God. Like me, how I started now, this my business. I could have easily asked my husband for money because he could give me to buy stock for my business. But then you want to have that sweet story gonna give someday. So what I used to do, it's been a while, I just came to tell him recently. So I started with just $140. How I got this $140 after it was, when I was going to school after my classes, I have 1 hour. That 1 hour I could do DoorDash, deliver food. In 1 hour I get maybe $20 or $40. So I did that. I started putting that into my business, and now my business is what, I don't know how much I can say. I will not say that, but it has grown. So you see, you can start from the bottom and go up. You don't start at the top. And those people who are, let's say, here in America, I'll just say, you know your why. Have a why. Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Why you living in the first place? So when you have that will drive you to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So don't just be there just because you are existing. Have a reason why you are doing things. That will motivate you, or that will give you direction on where you are going. And also set yourself some goals. Not just goals, but realistic goals, because you can't say I want to make $1 million tomorrow. That's unrealistic. But if you say maybe in 1 year I want to make $1 million, you can break that goal down. You are like, okay, in a year I have 12 months. In these 12 months, what do I need to do to get to that $1 million? Okay, if it's 12 months, every month has four weeks. How do I slice down my goals to be to make them achievable? So when you cut down your goals like that, you are able to, now they are realistic. And also those people who are employed, I mean, you can have your secure job. Like now, the pandemic actually taught many people, I mean, lessons, because there are people who are laid off permanently, companies were closed. You find somebody has worked for a company for the rest of their life, and now it's closed. They don't know where to start from. Depression kicks in.
Yeah.
So you can have your job, but at least have something on the side that can help boost you. So yeah, have a job, but like I always say, I love to read books, not read. I don't like reading. To listen. I love audiobooks. I just love whoever came with the idea of audiobooks. So there is a book I was listening to. It says that use your 9-to-5 job to fund your dreams. So you can have your job, and that job will help you maybe build a business you want to, or an investment. Just do things that can impact your life and other people's lives.
Thank you so much for giving us a chance to talk to you. And I believe for those people going to listen, they are going to be blessed, and because there's so much to pick from that story. And you know, even sitting down with somebody, you know, a lady at this age, doing what you're doing, and because I know people are going to watch, and there are so many people going to testify, because there's so many people who know you. It's a blessing, and it tells us that, you know, there's nothing that is impossible. You know, I usually say that there's no situation that is permanent. Yeah, you can always change things. Of course, as you said, we have to trust in God, and of course we have to work hard, because there must be an action attached to it. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for inviting us to your place, for giving us a chance to share your story. And I know these people, they are going to be blessed. I will share all the details. Actually, I'll share a phone number and probably maybe the email. If there is, I know there must be an email someplace. I will share all that in the description box. So for those people who are interested to know what she is selling, we will share a number in the description box. So make sure that you go there so that you can check her number. You can also check her email if you have any question. If you want to talk to her, I will do the same. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure that you do so, because we have a lot coming on the way. We will be having a lot of people coming to this place and giving, you know, real stories that can inspire people, can motivate, and of course educate, because we want to be a family where we can encourage each other to become better people in the societies and in the communities where we come from, because I mean that should be our goal. This is just but the beginning, and it's a good beginning. It's such a blessing. So this is what we have for now. Make sure you like the video and share with other people, and I will see you very, very soon. Otherwise, may God bless you and stay safe.